Why do you say it? Where's the fans gone? Is it a testimonial? They've just left. The game ain't over. Not good, that, man. Where are you guys? Guys, the game's not finished. Joe! I'm just going to see if Joel's got his shades on today, or his cake, or is he going to read the eulogy? Morning.
It's a vibe with five, and you already know this.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's Joel, focus on your own team, Beya, here to represent myself after Arsenal have...
What happened, Joel?
What do you mean, what happened?
Well, back in March, you was declaring yourselves winners of the league, so...
Listen, man.
You was. Just speak up and talk about it, please. Just like...
We all say things, right? I'm not here to be accused of...
You don't have to be accused, we've got the evidence.
No.
Can you put it up, the evidence, put it up, please.
Okay, see, after that evidence that's just been shown...
That's just bullying. HR!
Sorry. Whoa. Was that yesterday?
Yeah, it was. You know, saying that, by the way...
Can we just see that? Wow. Robbie looks torn, man.
Saying that, by the way, we got Robbie coming on this show shortly as well.
The eyes tell it all there. The eyes tell the whole story. Pain in them eyes.
In fact, you know what? Let's get Robbie on right now. So, obviously, Arsenal's defeat yesterday at the Emirates caused a lot of stir because I linked up with my guy, Mr. Don Robbie himself, founder of AFTV DR Sports, and there's been a lot of back and forth between yourself
Robbie,
and
what's
Rio.
happening?
You know, but I think I don't understand. Neither does Robbie. Why you guys are so concerned with Arsenal's season?
I'm saying where we are now, the Carabao Cup and top four was a good season for us and a big improvement on what we'd done before, yeah? And my argument was, if as a player I finished second and didn't win a trophy, I would 100% take fourth and a trophy over what you guys have done. You guys have come a long way.
You should be, no. Rio, I think you've got to break it down different, right? You, as a footballer, when you was playing, you set yourself very high standards, right? You wanted to challenge for the league at the very minimum every season, yeah? Not win the Carabao Cup. We've challenged for the league. Manchester United have not.
No,
and that's the point.
No, you're wrong, Robbie, you're wrong. If you won the league, I'd take that. When you finished second, nobody remembers the runner-up, second place. You've had a great season. In 10 years, in 10 years' time, no one's going to look back and go, wow, what about how good Arsenal were? And they finished second to Man City.
Very true. You're very right in that, right? But it's something for us as emerging young side to build on. You know what I mean? And so I think for us, right, listen, nobody thought that we've overachieved this season, put it that way. We've overachieved. I'm very disappointed that we haven't won the league, right, because we had a great opportunity to win the league. I'm very disappointed in poor performance yesterday. But as a season overall, I think Arsenal have done very well, and there's something to build upon. And I'm not going to have you saying to me,
I'm not disputing that.
Carabao Cup.
I'm not disputing that.
Season.
I think you've had a great season. You've improved. Last season was fifth. Now you finished second. You've done really well this season, a great improvement. The squad's shaping up really nice. Arteta's done really well. But my point was, I'd rather finish fourth than second and with a trophy. If I've got second, no trophy, nothing to show for it, I'm going home thinking, well, I might as well finish fourth.
Well, thanks a lot, Robbie, for coming on. Check out his channel. I'm sure that all of you guys
go and
did
check
yesterday.
out Robbie, man.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone watched it yesterday.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
Entertainment.
Yeah, let's talk about the Arsenal game.
Yeah.
How much of it did you see, Joel?
A lot of it.
A lot of it. Not all of it, though.
Well, the
Was you
majority
one of the, what was it, 52,000 out on the street?
I missed the last goal.
Yeah, you and everybody.
You know what? That's what baffles me, right? What baffles me is how now all the Arsenal fans that were saying, we're going to win the league, I've cancelled holidays, I've done this, I've done that. Joel Beya.
Who said they cancelled holidays?
I said all the Arsenal fans, loads of fans. You cancelled a getaway. But listen, what baffles me is now all of a sudden, and we've heard for the last week, 10 days, we've had a great season. What a squad he's building. And then the future looks great. But then at the end of the league, they're losing 3-0 or 2-0, and then you walk out of your team that's been having a great season, and we're doing so well.
Sorry, Mr. Ferdinand.
Why are you walking out?
What mic am I holding there, mate?
No, listen.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
I'm working for you, mate, outside the stadium. What are you talking about?
I don't give you your time schedules.
He might have a point because if he'd have waited till full time, there'd have been no one left to interview.
Yeah, it's true.
So he's got a point. He's got a point.
Content first. Joel Beya putting his neck on the line for the 5 audience.
Let's take you out of it. But the other 50-odd thousand that were bowling out down the street.
I don't think they were making YouTube videos.
They weren't coming on 5.
Boy, there was a large queue waiting to speak to Robbie yesterday.
What I don't understand, is like, if you're doing so well and you're celebrating this team, why are you leaving when they're getting cooked? They got cooked yesterday by Brighton. 2-0 and then you walk out. Support your team, man. I'm talking about all...
for perspective off Arsenal
But I'm asking this of all football fans as well. Not just Arsenal. All football fans. Stay and support your team, man.
You took the liberties yesterday because you're talking about stay and support your team. You was watching us from your sofa, laughing at us, and you want to talk about... And then filming, making like...
I couldn't help it, man. It was too much. It's only because Arsenal fans make you do this. If anyone who doesn't support Arsenal, they can all relate to what I say sometimes, what Steve said. It's because you give us too much ammunition.
No,
you get too high and you're too low.
No. I just think we believe in our team differently.
Robbie.
It's the...
Robbie.
Absolutely differently, yeah. Definitely different.
Troops. Where's Troops? Where are you? Where is this guy? This guy, he epitomised Arsenal fan. He's super high when he goes beyond out of the stratosphere, and my man goes underground when it's low.
We got a video coming out, a special video coming out tomorrow, by the way, where it's call it the forfeit. You know what I mean? It's the Arsenal video forfeit. There's the long version of Rio and Robbie getting at it, and then there's also the compilation video. But
call it the eulogy, Joel.
No, but yeah, cool.
Because your season's dead.
Yeah.
Eulogy. What happened there? Tell us again.
Oh, what happened is Mr. Concentrate on Your Old Team, Joel, did a call out of every United fan he's ever heard of. Right?
Yeah, names.
Especially the London ones.
And give him a pasting. Meanwhile, we're having a better season.
Joe is...
No, you're not. First of all,
what?
We've already had that argument. We've already just had that argument. You ain't had a better season than us.
And
right? You haven't.
In the midst of us having a better season than you, right? Every football fan on the planet should have been pulling for Arsenal fans to beat the evil empire at Manchester City, the team with 100 and some Premier League charges against them for cooking the books. Every single football fan should have united behind Arsenal and gone, please, this young team, because I don't know if you've ever told anyone that you've got a young team.
Inexperienced.
It's a young team, like I said. Yeah, they struggled a little bit.
No one mentions that every 5 seconds, right? Everyone should have been pulling behind this young team of innocent little children to win the league against the evil empire. But your fan base has got so many bellends in it that we just want you to crumble to enjoy the meltdown.
Have you finished?
I've enjoyed the meltdown.
Okay, cool. So I think a lot of fans want us to win. The only fans that don't want us to win, obviously Chelsea, Tottenham. And United.
United? No.
United. What? United? You guys are our number one haters.
No. In
you
this room,
you don't hate us more. You don't hate us more than Spurs do.
It's quite split.
I don't hate Arsenal. I respect Arsenal Football Club.
Really?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like it.
No. It's some of the fans that get us like this, man. I told you, I explained that. I respect Arsenal fans. I mean, the Arsenal Football Club. The Arsenal players.
And it's not all United either, because it is, you have to be honest here, it's very split. There's so many United fans wanted you to win the league to stop City potentially doing a treble.
Yeah.
Right? But there's also fans that just, like me, just in pure denial that City are cheats, and then we don't respect those titles.
So why don't you support us more then? Because you always seem focused.
Because of you, Joe. Because of you.
Like, because you always seem focused on us. Like as soon as we come out of Europa, they're out of Europa. As soon as you should be happy that we almost push City.
Can I say something?
Go on.
You come out of the Europa, right? If you came out of Europa with some dignity, I would go, respect Arsenal, please win the league. But you come out of these cup competitions, the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup. The Carabao Cup you came out of. You came out of the FA Cup, you come out of the Europa, right? What is your first comment? We're concentrating on winning the league.
But we were there.
Yeah, but that type of talk there deserves a slapping.
What's wrong with saying that?
It deserves a backhand. Federer. Return Federer across the table.
What's wrong with saying that? Because that's what we want.
There's no dignity.
Rio, it's been 19 years. Dignity's gone at this stage, bruv. Do you know what I mean?
It's gone now.
Hasn't it?
It's gone now.
Hasn't it?
Yeah. We want, after 19 years, that's what we're dreaming of.
You are not. Your club is not in a position to be throwing competitions away. You're not ever. Even when you're winning, you never do that. So you're not in a position to be. You can't disrespect
we've won
cups.
4 FA Cups in 8 or 9 years. Yeah, it's not the FA Cup that we won. We're definitely not looking at that dusty Carabao Cup. That's for sure. Definitely not looking at that. So we want to win either Europe, right, But most primarily, it's the league.
You want to win in Europe?
No, Europa.
You
know what I mean?
You want to win in Europe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
play like Europe.
Primarily, it's the league.
We
So
do
Europe
like
is
it.
second to the league.
But you know
see
what?
what I mean?
We could have all been right behind you, but you had to come in with your fucking sunglasses on, eating cake, plastic cigars,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's
Bring
where
in the
everyone
trophy.
went. Yeah, carrying that little mini trophy on. It's in his bag, innit?
Do you know
Where is
what?
it?
Yeah, where is it? Because I need to do a giveaway. We're doing a giveaway with this trophy. Let us know.
Go
please.
find Kevin De Bruyne and give it him, because that's who's won it.
Change them ribbons.
Right.
Change them ribbons.
Unfortunately, it's not going to have red ribbons on it for a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, because you took this to you thought you was going to beat City at the Etihad. The delusion's never even been seen.
We're going to be doing a giveaway for the mini trophy.
Wait, that there, and this guy's saying to me, "Oh, why are you hating on us? Why are you hating?" And this explains everything right there.
Why can't I dream, Rio? Why can't I dream?
Not wrong with dreaming.
No, why
We all
can't I
dream. We don't all buy mini Premier League trophies, though.
Yeah, it don't matter though, because it's been 19 years.
How long?
If I waited, it would have been expensive. You know? Anyway, let's talk about the game itself. So
you got smoked.
yeah, we did. We got slapped. Slapping. We got slapped. You know, for real. Where do we start?
Can I just say, right, before we get into Arsenal, Brighton, and what Zerbi's doing there at Brighton.
Have you seen how many teams they've done the double on?
But what the football he's playing, he came under, not a cloud, but he came under a situation where a manager's left, where everyone's going, wow, what are they going to do? Where do they go from Potter?
Yeah.
We saw what happened to Potter. This guy has come in and then introducing even more young players again as well. Evan Ferguson up front, the young kids who've come in from Argentina as well and Peru. These young players, you're sitting there going, they get not only getting opportunities, they're getting a platform to perform. The system that he's playing is baffling loads of teams. Tactically, they can't get to grips with him. They outplay almost every single team they play against, footballing wise. And the rotations, the guy is like they're on dance floor.
Casado's playing right back yesterday.
Mate, Casado. But individuals, Dunk has gone to another level.
Yeah, it's true.
Like Colwell is looking like a seasoned vet at 20 years old.
Don't come in like with this dusty sort of Tarkovsky reputation.
Yeah, but what it tells you though, it goes back to the point that we're talking about when we look at Man United, we're looking for manager. It's the same with De Zerbi here. Top managers, stroke coaches, improve a team, but they make players better. De Zerbi has made every single. Is there a player in that squad that doesn't look better? Nah. Solly March on the right-hand side or left-hand side.
I told you, he was doing bits against United in the FA Cup semi-final.
Welbeck's reincarnated. Like, you look at it.
You see Danny Welbeck yesterday?
Mate, he's doing mad stuff.
10 years
How
younger.
much did they put this team together for?
It can't be like, well, listen, okay, look at Casado, 5 million.
Yeah.
If they sell him, they ain't getting no change out of 55, 60 mil.
No, they'll be getting more than that. You're looking at 80, 90.
And then
100.
you look at McAllister.
McAllister's
Well,
got
they paid for him.
Liverpool,
big cheese.
7 million, I think they paid for him.
Yeah,
Going big
10x,
money.
10x that.
Mitoma, what's he going to be? After cooking,
I want to give him. Wait. I want to give him a season.
What? He's having his season.
No, another one just to see if he's
Is
real.
Dan Ashworth
if he's real.
football?
No, Dan Ashworth was director of football. Shout out to Dan Ashworth because he worked at West Bromwich Albion. He worked with England. He was part of the building of the England gravy train of young players coming through, setting up the coaches, the method and the style, etc. He's part of that. Left there, went to Brighton, started what they're doing with Brighton. I think Chris Hughton was the manager. Then brings in Potter, another great recruitment. And then they have a model now that they're working with, and it's just carried on. And they've got people behind the scenes there. David Weir's there, used to play for Everton, Scottish centre half. He's there. There's loads of other people behind the scenes.
Where's he gone then? Dan?
And then he's gone to Newcastle. To Dan Ashworth. So when you look at Newcastle and you see the methodology behind what they're doing, it's not an easy word to say that. You can understand Dan Ashworth being there because he's done it before. He's repeating business and work that he's done before. So you can see that kind of calm.
Hang on.
Put it down.
Hang on. No, just pass me a sec. I want to show Rio something. It says we won it in 2022 on it.
No way.
It does. Pass me.
You've got it from a Man United fan.
No, I bought it on Amazon.
2002.
On Amazon?
2002.
You sure you didn't get it off Wish? What does that say?
He said wish.
21, 22.
No, 2021, Manchester United.
Yeah, don't know. That was a myth anyway, that trophy.
Why was it a myth? Why?
They don't say Arsenal's name
You were trying to get it for
it.
Arsenal. Weren't happening. Anyway, so yeah, De Zerbi needs his flowers. And if we're talking managers of the season, he's up there for me.
And
What he's
Arteta.
done. Huh?
And Arteta.
Up for what?
Manager of the season.
Oh, he moved you forward 3 places, did he?
How does it feel though if you're 93% of the time top of the league and you throw it away?
How do you think it feels, Rio?
I've never done that.
It feels like that. That's what it feels like, you know. But yeah, like, I do want to focus on the game. I think, obviously, like I said, we got slapped in it. Like we turned up, we thought, okay, cool, this is a chance. After the Newcastle win last week, we could maybe push City to at least the final game of the season. But no, Martinelli gets injured, which I think we really need to look into that, by the way, because Caicedo was foul.
He was brilliant.
Yeah, foul in that part, but yeah, brilliant overall. And Trossard came on. I was a bit disappointed with him and Ben White because I thought playing against Brighton, I thought they were really going to show themselves. But I'm not blaming players. I'm just saying, looking at performances as a whole in the team, we didn't threaten. Those players were poor. We didn't look like we were going to score any goals, right? I just don't get it, man. What?
Here's the thing.
This
game...
Did you see that, Rio?
Doesn't matter. Genuinely. This game doesn't...
It does matter.
Can I finish what I'm saying? This game doesn't matter.
Why?
Because it's just a prolonged last couple of months. Since the 1st of February, Arsenal are averaging about as many points per game as United, Newcastle, Brighton and Villa.
Yeah.
It's not championship form. When a league's won.
In the final run, in the final straight.
Doesn't matter if you're top
March,
in August. Doesn't
April,
matter if you're
March,
top in September,
April, May.
October, November, December. We was telling you this all along. You can be Manchester City. Have nearly done it. I did because I said
me in September,
you only need to be top for 1 week of the season. That's it. You only need to be top for 1 week.
You was telling me in
You
September,
did say
October that we were going to fall off. You also said before the World Cup. No, we didn't. No, not then. You didn't. You also said before the World Cup we would fall off. You also said that in March we would fall off.
All right.
What he knew is there was going to be a month. There was going to be a month.
But all right, cool. Let's just.
I was right. I was just delayed in being right.
We're right in it, like you know, like
But you know what? You could have won the
think
league, but you didn't.
we
You
could
was top
have.
for
It didn't happen.
93%.
You need to be careful because you might not get top 4. It's not secure yet.
I think your biggest problem
We'll
is.
talk about that in a minute.
I think your biggest problem, right, was that you didn't have anyone in that change room that could smell what you were coming into and smell when things started to turn, and they could actually change the dynamic in the change room.
What makes you say that?
Because I watched you after the West Ham game, after the Liverpool game, and the reaction of your players were players that looked broken. Even your manager, a couple of times, you look at it and you see at the end of a game and you go, wow, is it over for them? Just on, if I just looking at what I'm seeing, forget the narrative and forget where they are in the league, right? If I'd just seen those pictures in isolation, I'd go, wow, these guys are out of something. They're out of the league race or they're down, one of the two. That's the vibe I got from the body language. And I was in a title race. Sorry to throw it back to me, but my first time I won a league title, one of the 6. No, I'm joking. No, the first time I won the league, right, we went and drew at Southampton away, right? And I thought, and the team we were chasing, I think it might have been Liverpool or it was Arsenal, they had won that weekend, and I was sitting in the change room thinking, we've thrown it away, man. I was down, shoulders slumped in my chair, sitting there thinking, what are we going to do, man? And I went in the shower and I heard Roy Keane and Gary Neville going, oh, it's a great point. What a point that is. Tar plays to come. We'll go next week now. Go again. Good point. And my whole vibe changed. My body language, everything changed. Now, was there anyone in that change room doing that in that change room at Arsenal after those games against West Ham, against Liverpool? Who else? Another game as well. Was there anyone in that dressing room that went to all that young team that you guys keep going on about, all those young players, inexperienced, not been around titles? Was there someone going, listen, whoa, Anfield, forget what happened in the game. It's 2-2 at Anfield's a big result for us. Where have they been the last 3 or 4 years? What have they done? These ain't it's not an idiot team. These guys have won big trophies recently. So listen, come out of head, we go again.
Does that have to come from within the dressing room in terms of the players, or is there a bit of the manager needs to be?
No, the manager was doing it though, Rio.
I think I know, but there's a difference when the manager says it, because you know he's got to give you a G up. You know the manager's got to say the right things. He's got to say certain things. Sometimes it can work with the manager, don't get me wrong, but when you've got a couple of players in your dressing room experienced, they've walked this walk.
Zinchenko was doing it though.
No, but listen, his body language after the Liverpool game, what's that saying? Because I know that if he started saying that to me
Trying to get an
after that body language,
sponsorship.
I'd be going, you're lying. I would, because what I saw on the he looked like he was crying
on the bench.
He was hurt.
He was hurt,
and rightly so. You're hurt, but there's ways. Sometimes in those, you got to know them moments. Can't show that. I'm one of the leaders in here. Zinchenko grew to be a leader in the change room. It seems, but. No, I'm not pulling him out, by the way. I'm just saying, as a squad, I don't know if there's anyone in there, or if they come out and say there was. I'm just saying it didn't seem like they had anyone to do that because they didn't recover.
Relax.
No. You know what? I agree with you a little bit. I agree.
Did Fergie ever give you a message that you didn't expect in terms of an attempt at a G up like that? Where you think that was a shit result, you're sitting there thinking, like maybe a bit later when you was more experienced, and he's come in and gone, well done, lads, and you're like, well done.
Yeah, like even after City beat us, when they beat us, so you sit there and you think the manager's going, listen, he doesn't really say that after a game. He used to kind of give himself a lot of time, maybe a day, and then the next day we have it and there's a debrief and he goes into one sometimes. But I remember him and his coaching staff said, oh, no, listen, big Gal sleeve, give them they're now in the ascendancy, but listen, we win our next games, we'll still be in it, don't worry. And you're sitting there thinking, I know what you're trying to do, boss, but it ain't. It's gone now. The momentum's shifted. Like there's moments when that happens, but you still go out there and try. Don't get me wrong, but I just think that you do need sometimes, other than the manager, people in there that have walked that walk and can go, listen, guys, walk with me. I've been here.
The reason why I wanted to jump in there earlier on is because I actually kind of agree with you there, because I listened to Kivior's interview after the game, and honestly, well, I actually saw it in the evening because I was at the stadium by the time he did that. He said, I felt contact and lost my boot. I didn't even see the goal. I hoped VAR would intervene and rule out the goal, but unfortunately the referee saw it differently. After we conceded the second goal, our heads dropped and we couldn't come back.
Well, I think you need someone in that change room again to be saying to him, for the rest of his career, you can't hope and rely on the referee or VAR making decisions.
Play by the whistle, big man.
You've got to carry on. I said to my boys, I was sitting there with my boys watching the game on the sofa in my house, going, if he doesn't come off now, injured, someone's going to go nuts. Someone's got to want to kill this, because he just has to stand up and he heads the ball away for that first goal. They don't get the goal. He's there. That's his position.
Lapse of concentration.
Yeah, well, I don't understand why you go down in that situation. Let the whole phase of play run out and then go, oh, guys, my boot. But not right there in your 6-yard box. I couldn't understand it.
And this is, and again, I'm not saying he hasn't done a good job.
That's inexperience.
And he's being too nice there. You can tell even in his interview, my man didn't even, do you know what I mean? Like, I would have been holding, mate, it was
he's got to come out in crutches after that. Come out on crutches.
You have to.
Even if you ain't hurt your foot, even if it's a scratch, come out on crutches.
You have to.
One of them boots.
You have to.
Yeah. Get me a boot. Yeah, go for a scan today. You got to move
like Martinelli did yesterday. You have to. Because him saying, I weren't sure, was waiting for Beya. Even that alone, I felt like grabbing him and saying, oi, Stephen Howson's watching. Don't say that. Do not say that. But yeah, I guess, again, that is what I've been saying.
This will be an experience for him, and he'll learn from this, because I'm sure he will look back and go, that was definitely the wrong thing for me to do. Yeah. But listen, this happens in young careers. It's just that it's highlighted. He's at Arsenal. They were fighting for the league. They were.
But anyway, on you lot finishing top 4 next year, I've said it a couple of times, but I'm just going to lay it properly on the table here.
Mate, your predictions have all been wrong, so you're in no position to be acting as if you're laying anything down, mate.
Apart from the fact that it was
you are the most
just late.
You've been so
just
wrong.
Late. It was just late. It was correct. It was just late.
Just the wrong month.
Yeah. When did I say? October?
You said October, then you went November, then you went December, then you went January.
By the time I got to April, bang on. Yeah. Right? Here's what's going to happen to you next season.
Go on.
Your expectation has changed. You said it yourself.
Yeah, top 4.
You're disappointed at not winning the league when previously you'd have been happy just to get Champions League because you've not really had it for years.
New pressure.
Right? So there's an increased amount of pressure. What have we seen evidence of this season when the pressure has been on? Ooh. Folded like a cheap snakes and ladders board. Right? Next season, because we know your fan base, not the most sensible, right? Defo going to hype them up into absolute
Have you seen yourself on Twitter?
Don't worry about me. Next year, we're going to win the lot. I guarantee there's Arsenal fans saying there.
Who's saying that?
Has Saliba signed a new deal yet?
Loads of people, actually.
We'll
talk
because all they're saying is
David Ornstein about
they're
that.
talking about, it's a young team. Think about the potential. That's what you're saying. So I can already feel. Yeah, there you go. So I can already feel.
Is it old?
The expectation has risen, and there's going to be an expectation that you put a challenge on next season, as well as actually do something in Europe, unlike tossing it off like you did this season. and there'll be an expectation that you do more in the cups rather than tossing it off like you did this season.
You did.
Rio.
So, I ain't finished yet. I'll tell you when you can speak. There's going to be so much pressure on Arsenal that I don't think you're going to finish inside the top 4 next season.
He said it here first. I
don't really care what Steve says because he's been mad wrong the whole season.
But I'm just letting you know,
I was with
these
the
are
team on
realities.
Saturday. I was with the team, right, on Saturday, training ground. And let me tell you something, man. I was so impressed by the confidence that we have.
When?
On Saturday.
So what happened
You
Sunday?
walked out and got smacked about on
Beat 3-0
Sunday.
Sunday. So what does that?
What is going on?
Can you hold on?
Someone make this make sense.
No.
They were so confident. I was so
confident. They
on
walked
Saturday,
out like
and they got
fucking
beat
Conor
3-0.
McGregor and got fucking battered.
Go on then.
Now, the relevance of referring to the confidence here is to do with the club as a whole. I'll give you a perfect example. Saka, we saw him at the start of the season. Did we not, Tom?
Didn't see him yesterday afternoon.
Saka, saw him beginning of the season. A few times this season. The difference is now he's walking around the training ground, London Colney, and he knows he is Bukayo Saka. Eddie Nketiah, a player who recently didn't do so well when he was loaned out to Leeds. Players with confidence. Reece Nelson looked like he was the forgotten man at Arsenal. These boys now...
Where's this going?
I'm just saying, these boys now, they have a new self-belief. Along the way, you're going to get bumps. It's part of the journey. The last dance. Michael Jordan, they couldn't beat the Detroit Pistons for years. But as long
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but as long as, and we got Bukayo Saka, as long as I'm joking, but as long as we go out there and we go into the transfer market, we make the right moves. The guys have done really well this season, Edu, Arteta. If we can get Declan Rice, which looks like it's very likely, if we can bag one of these other guys, Casado, maybe, it's up to us. We can even make this part of the story where it's gone left and Stephen Howson was right, or if they carry on with the process that they're on, which is a very good process, it could be part of the success stories. And we'll look in a few years' time and you go, well, you know what, Arteta, he was on his way.
No, what you need is you need the moment that Liverpool had, where they finished runners-up and they came again.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
But we need players for that.
But you need the recruitment to be bang on,
yeah,
and buy top draw players. And you need the boys that are in there now to learn from this experience. And you need your fans to stay on side and give you the patience.
But we are on side. Stop doing that.
But you're saying you're on side,
are.
but they were all at the King Tube stop by full time yesterday afternoon.
It was a busy day to get back.
But you need that. And listen, this ain't an Arsenal bashing show. This is
don't
Wait,
spend
came down.
time with Robbie, time with me. I'm flipping half an hour segment.
Wait. All I'm saying though is
it's not.
No, it's not. It's just a reality check.
Look at the thumbnail. Look at the thumbnail of the whole show.
I think
it's a reality check.
I think it might be.
Oh, that's what you call the thumbnail.
To add balance, I've said how good you've had a season is from your standards.
It's
you've had a great season.
Backhanded compliment, Rio.
Yeah, it is, but you've had a great...
Arsenal. Oh, yeah, but you've done well, though.
No, but it's because of you, man. It's you. You do this. You bring this on yourself and your team.
They are the only team that will improve over summer. No one else is going to improve at all.
No, but no one said that, though. But the reality is, if you ask some of the players, before we move on, if you ask some of the players, right, a lot of the players currently playing in the Premier League, can't name names as well, you know what I mean? But a lot of them have said, coming up against Arsenal, they've probably been the best team that they've played.
Jacob
Murphy said that as well.
March,
I can name that one.
Before March, in business end of the season. Before March. Just to add that bit, context.
Whatever they say,
no pressure on you.
They've been impressed.
Playing once a week since about October.
Where's the pressure next season, though? Who said there's pressure next season?
Yeah,
there's pressure.
We're back in Champions League.
And that's going to cause another problem.
Top four. What? Yeah.
Different expectations.
We'll buy
different
players.
load.
We will buy players.
Yeah, okay.
We've got Balogun now on loan as well to come back.
Okay, if he wants to.
If he wants to.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, we'll get someone else.
I just think. Listen, you guys have had a great. Listen, look at your team. You look at the Odegaard has been like one of the players of the season.
Oh,
Saka and Martinelli have been ridiculous.
Ben White, right back.
Ben White's been good. He's been solid for you guys. Saliba's been your standout defender. Like Zinchenko coming in, Jesus. You've had a fabulous season. I genuinely hope you come back next season and repeat what you've been doing this season, and you are a force. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't want this to be a one season wonder and you flitter away. Because other teams are going to strengthen, and I hope you guys can maintain what you guys are doing. Because I genuinely do like and respect Arsenal Football Club.
And it's love with the fans, right? So
it ain't love; it's a love-hate relationship with you fans.
If you want to win this trophy, that will be signed by myself, Rio, and Steve.
I'm not signed.
Right? Yes, you are. All you got to do is let me know my favourite saying that you've heard from me this season. Just write it in the comments, and this could be yours. No ribbons. Moving on. Moving on. Move it on to Man United beating Wolves 2-0 then.
I'm thinking about moving it on. I'm thinking about leaving a little one in on you before we do.
Go on,
I'm just
then.
thinking about it though.
Go on then.
I don't know. I'm just thinking about it.
Is Martial staying next season, do you reckon?
Who honestly cares?
I'm asking.
Because
He's
honest,
so, you're talking about, it's like very yo-yo, innit? Like 1 week he's the man.
That's why
next
he
week
might.
he's
That's why he might not stay.
Mm.
Consistency's been his problem. I think injuries, performance.
so hard it is to have any sort of idea what's going to happen with United next season because we don't even know who our owners are going to be. Might be the Glazers. Why is he turning up at Wembley for the Women's Cup final, by the way?
PR.
To show support. innit?
Pathetic.
PR.
Don't bother. Stay in Florida.
Yeah, but he can't. What do you want him to do?
Leave.
Either go.
Now.
Of course, you want him to leave.
Sell.
Yeah, of course that. But he's either gonna. If he didn't come to it, someone would have said, "Oh, he's not supporting." It's a perfect opportunity.
No,
for
it's
him to
not.
support. It's a
No one
perfect
cares
opportunity
if
for
he
him to support.
supports. You just want to go boo like that. That's all I want to do. I don't care if he supports. Here's how he could genuinely show his support. Sell us and stop fanning about. That's how he could.
There's a lot of stupidness going on. You know what I mean? Other clubs are getting bought and that. It's just like a quick boom. See you later. Get it done. This is dragging out. Stories are being leaked. I thought he was under an NDA. It's getting leaked every week. It's mad.
These guys are a preferred bidder. These guys are a preferred bidder. And do you know what? There's only 2 that are talking. There might be about 5 more. No, there might be about 5 more people that you just never heard and just aren't playing the PR game.
But it's all about the money, though. At the end of the day, isn't it? Like,
I think so.
How much is it worth?
If it was all just about the money,
billion? Is it 5 billion?
Who knows?
That's the number that's been put out there by the media, by the PR team, maybe, if the sellers.
It's damning. What's even more damning is David De Gea's got the Golden Glove for the season, isn't it?
What a mad conundrum that is. He's out here, we're getting Golden Glove, and at the same time having the most errors leading to a goal.
It is mad.
Yeah, but there you go. That's Man United for you. Watching the game as a whole, Rio, were you happy? Obviously, you've got 3 points, but were you happy following the West Ham?
Happy just 3
the West Ham slapping.
I was more happy with 3 points. At this stage, it's not about performance and who's playing well. Bruno was good yesterday, Saturday, but it was just a 3 points, 2-0, clean sheet, get it done. So no airs and graces about it. Nothing. It's about finishing in the top 4 now. That's where Man United are, finishing in the top 4, secure Champions League football for next season, move on and get the club sold, and then they can go into the transfer window with some sort of conviction, because at the moment we can't talk about transfer windows because we don't know who we got, unless the club come out and say it doesn't matter what happens with this ownership situation, there is an amount of money to spend.
It doesn't feel like that to me.
No.
Can you imagine, like, Harry Kane's someone that's been linked with United a lot, right? Imagine getting on the phone to Harry Kane's, it's his brother, innit? I think that does him. Oh yeah, let's talk about Manchester United. He goes, cool, who's going to own you? And you go, I don't know. Well, we can't have this conversation then, can we? Because part of the whole conversation with convincing a player to come and play for you is you outline here's what the plan is over the course of your contract at the club, right? That's half of the sell. So how do you sit there and go, I know what's happening for about 3 weeks, and then I don't have a clue?
It's not that tough though with Harry Kane, because his team's so poor, he just needs to get out of there. And Man United is a better option for him with the Glazers or without the Glazers.
We don't know who else is coming in and trying to sell him as well.
Yeah, but I don't see him leaving the Premier League because he's going to want the record. Harry Kane. Yeah, so I think with him, it's a safer bet. I can understand anyone else, but he's not going Chelsea. He's not going Arsenal. He's not going Newcastle.
I wouldn't be surprised if Harry Kane stays for another season at Spurs and goes on a free transfer to make more money for himself.
But if he does that, that's a bad move, man.
Do you think? It ain't for his bank balance.
Well, it's not, but end of the day, it's also about trophies, isn't it? Like, let's be real.
If it was about trophies, it'd been gone ages ago.
It's all about trophies now.
But it should be about trophies.
Is it all about trophies now?
It should be about trophies. No,
How
it depends what trophy.
Are
we talking about the Carabao Cup, or are we talking about the Premier League here when we talk about Harry
trophies.
Kane? Yeah, the big trophies. He wants to win the Champions League.
The Carabao Cup's on the man's Wikipedia, you know that?
So?
It's on there.
What did you say to Ben Foster when he was jumping around with the Carabao Cup?
Calm down. We've got a big Champions League game on the Tuesday or Wednesday.
Right. You didn't even look at that trophy. You didn't even look at it. It was just him in the corner dancing.
I lifted it.
No, but you didn't look at it after a while, did you?
You captain that day.
Yeah, I didn't need to look at it. I lifted it earlier. It's fine.
The point is,
we won that cup.
Disney
It's
Cup.
the smallest one of the ones available. It doesn't make it irrelevant.
Yeah, it's a Winter Cup.
Doesn't make it irrelevant.
This ain't Qatar.
Doesn't
This ain't
make
the
it
World Cup,
irrelevant.
is it?
Because I'll
It's
tell
not.
you one thing, you lot would have been doing an open bus tour.
No, we
on
wouldn't.
on the
That's
Carragher.
a lie. That's
You
a
would
lie.
have.
We've got 4 FA Cups in the last 8 years,
And
Rio.
you've done open top bus tours.
Yeah, and that's for the FA Cup, though.
Liverpool did one.
Do you know what I mean?
Cup and League Cup
I've never known anything like it. We won leagues and didn't do open top.
Well, I'm
bus
surprised you lot
tours.
didn't do one for the Carabao Cup because you lot season has been since. So
We won.
you can't really.
We won the
you
Europa.
can't
We
really-
won the Europa. Didn't we?
Yeah, you did with Jose. Yeah, you did. But anyway, back to United.
as well, innit?
Where
There's no parade for that.
where do you reckon you're gonna? We know where you need to improve. We had on Flex last week on the Take On. Make sure you check out that show with Danny Murphy and Anton.
Good show, that,
really
by
good
the
show. He was saying that he doesn't reckon De Gea's going, mostly because it's not the priority position.
Ten Hag said he's staying as well. Isn't he?
Okay, yeah.
I also
Ten
don't
Hag,
think-
Ten Hag also said he wanted Ronaldo in his plans, but we all know that was cap. So
I don't think you can listen to what any manager says in a press conference. I think there's always agendas and reasons behind why they say it. If he goes, honestly, get him to fuck, then you're not going to get any money for him. He's not going to be happy. And everybody knows you're in the market for a goalkeeper. So I don't think it's smart to come out and say that, even if that's exactly what he believes. I think you'll end up keeping De Gea because you can't go in with so much uncertainty. And it goes back to what I was saying before. Because Glazers won't hurry up and figure out what's going on and actually get us sold, we can't progress. So what do we know about Erik ten Hag? We know that he's a meticulous planner, right? Do you not think he's already started work on his pre-season days?
His targets are there already as well, by the way.
Yeah, and he probably knows exactly how we want to play, this, that, and the other. Now, he's probably going to the likes of Richard Arnold and John Murtaugh and that and probably pulling his hair out, going like, what can we do here? Who can I bring in?
He won't be pulling hair out.
Maybe his beard.
Okay.
So he's probably going to want these guys in so he can work with them for pre-season, so he can prepare them for how he wants them to play next season. With all of who's going to be the striker? Don't know. Are we going to have these three in midfield? Don't know. Are we going to have a new centre half? Don't know. Are we going to have this guy on the wing? Don't know. It's too many question marks. So if he can just eliminate one question mark and go, look, De Gea is not the best goalkeeper in the world. We don't exactly get value for money out of him. If he takes a pay cut, kick that decision down the road for a couple of years, get him signed up and move on. Can you get better goalkeepers? Undoubtedly. But if you can just eliminate one of the big questions that's in his in tray, deal with that next season when we know what we've got.
where else would you improve? Because obviously Varane came back after a month out. Rio, you got to take that torch back, man. I haven't been impressed. Not massively since he's been here. Do you reckon that's a position, Varane? Do you reckon that's a position that you're going to be looking to strengthen again in the summer? Obviously, Maguire looks like he's going. Lindelof looks like he's back up. But, you know, even then, I'm not sure if Ten Hag's sure with him being a backup.
I think Man United's
Varane's injured.
probably worst period in the season, other than the start of it, with the Brentford and a couple of results there. I think it was Brighton, wasn't it?
Brian.
Since the two centre-halves have been out, we've looked our worst and most vulnerable. Lost control in games, really. I think it starts with Martinez having that control and that assuredness in possession. But I think the partnership he started to form with Varane, I've started to look like a real solid partnership on both sides of the game. So no, I don't think he needs to be looking for another number one centre back right now. I'd look for the best young one coming through to groom. I would. That's what I would go for. But I don't think a priority will be a centre half. I think you just got your priorities to keep him fit. That's it.
Yeah, but he doesn't seem to be able to keep fit. So you might have to consider someone else because you can't, especially if you're going to have a second season, which you assume he's going to want to be stronger. You can't have him out for a month, potentially have Martinez out for a month.
Ideally, no, but it does happen. But I would definitely go in the market for the best young centre half around. I'd go and try and get
Colwell?
Yeah, ain't getting him. He's at Chelsea. He's originally a Chelsea player.
Yeah, but they're going to have a fire sale.
No, but they ain't going to sell him
Not
to
going to sell him.
United.
I think Colwell is the best one they've got. Chelsea.
Really?
I think he's better than Fofana, and I think he's better than Badiashile. I think Badiashile.
No, I think Badiashile's good. You know,
But
I think he's better than. I think Badiashile's better than him.
Better than Colwell.
I think so.
Not in my book.
Seriously.
Not right now. Have you seen the way he's playing for Brighton?
Yeah, but it's different pressures as well, isn't it? Like Chelsea's a much bigger club. I know they ain't done anything.
But he's not
recently,
play. He don't even play really.
Who, Badiashile?
Yeah, he doesn't play Champions League. He's not in Champions League squad.
Well, yeah. But I reckon the pressures are different when you're at Chelsea.
No, they are different. But what I mean is he's gone to Brighton. his team's higher than Chelsea.
Yeah, but
he's playing unbelievably well in that team. Yesterday, you see the way he's slapping the ball about yesterday?
No, I'm not saying he's not a baller. I just think it's different, innit? That's why you got players like McAllister, even though they're going to finish higher than Liverpool. Well, they might not finish higher than Liverpool. They're not going to finish higher than Liverpool. But even though they've been playing better football, it's still, he's moving to a bigger club. And that's just different. We're talking about Matoma. We're not saying, Matoma is going to stay there for 5 years. We're not saying Caicedo is going to stay there for 5 years.
What if they break in the Champions League?
I still don't see those players.
It's all if buts and maybes, isn't it? Yeah. But I would say
they'll get raided.
I'd say this season.
I think they get raided
all I'm saying is this season, Colwell's been better than Fofana and Badiashile. 100%.
What do you think of? I know Fofana. Are you?
He needs to stay fit.
Yeah.
Another one. He's a young kid who's picking up a lot of injuries. It's like around
80 million last
80 mil. Like 80. So inflated price. Crazy.
I think he's a good player. But
he had one good season, I think, at Leicester. Then had a massive injury. On the back of the massive injury, went for 80 mil. Unbelievable. That tells you about Chelsea's recruitment around them times.
That's man like Todd, isn't it?
Mad.
That is man like Todd. So yeah. So
have you got his number, by the way? Me and Ash been trying to get a job
for Todd.
Yeah.
I can get it for you.
Sort that out.
Where else?
Just want the severance pay. That's all. Right.
Midfield. Are you guys going to be like sticking with?
Don't know. That's what we're saying. We don't know what's going on. We can't go into a market and say, well, we're going to get. Don't even know what the budget looks like. We don't even know what we're looking to sell.
We've got FFP.
FFP's playing a part.
Does this mean that you could keep Weghorst next season?
No, I don't think so. Man United have a priority position, which is the number 9 position. 100%. That's for everyone. Anyone who knows a little bit about football will tell you that. Mm-hmm. So I don't think they have enough money.
I think the average guy on the street knows that United need a striker, Rio. Oh my days.
But what I mean is that Man United haven't got enough space, I think, in their financial situation to be able to go, we're going to get a top centre forward and we're going to go and get a top expensive midfielder as well. They can't do that.
So I want to ask you this.
Unless they sell.
It's not to get a reaction. How comes you lot are getting done for FFP and Chelsea, City, like this is where I don't understand how it fully works.
Chelsea blagged it because they've put everyone on 8-year contracts, which has kicked some of the fee down the road a little bit. Although that means that people they bought 4 years ago, they're paying for now. So to me, it makes no sense. Yeah. I know they had a minute where they had no spending because they had broken some rules and they had a ban. And Chelsea do manage to flip players for quite a bit. United don't really sell players for any money. They just let them go usually. So United don't really recoup a lot. That's why when people bring up this net spend malarkey, United never do well in it because we never flip.
So what about City then?
Well, City sold to Rejects, didn't they, for 100 million last year? Yeah, so they brought in a load of dough on that. Chelsea always flip players for a load of cash. Liverpool managed to flip players for a little bit of cash. So I guess it's United have spent big sums.
200 mil this summer.
So I think it's just going to be something that you have to deal with. But they've got some sellable assets. You might be able to get a couple of quid for Donny van der Beek. You might be able to get Martial, Harry Maguire. They might have to sell some players that they didn't really want to let go. Maybe Jadon Sancho, because he'll have a value.
The thing is with someone like Sancho, his wages are so big, it'd be difficult to move him. Because if someone comes and says, listen, we think you're probably worth half, if that, on the way that you've been playing, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't moving.
I think if there's going to be like
loan
an improvement, he'll come back.
McTominay or Fred, they might have to move out. One of them.
I could see loads of them. I think United might end up doing one big striker, whether that's a Harry Kane or somebody else, and maybe someone like one of the kids gets an opportunity.
Maguire goes though, right? Maguire goes, doesn't he? Maguire.
Again, it's like, okay, where's he go?
I think he goes West Ham.
I can see him at West Ham, Villa. I think he'll do all right there. Maybe I
think he needs to. I think if he wants to resurrect his career, he has to go in the summer. He cannot stay there and play second fiddle if he genuinely wants to stay as an England player and get his career back on track.
You know what? Not to dig him out because I don't really intend to, but
I'm
gonna.
What? Mate, I've never seen anyone dig out Harry Maguire more than Stephen Howson.
Have I been right though? You have. Thank you. It kicks off the other day and he's just sort of milling around at the back. As a captain, aren't you just meant to be getting right in the mix?
But he doesn't feel like a captain right now, does it? Even he knows that it's just on paper, isn't it? Really.
When the penalties was going down, or the start of extra time, remember in the cup final, and you've got Bruno coaching from the sideline. Harry Maguire's just like.
If you saw a man like that, that's his profile of the squad. that's not necessarily the person that you guys would probably receive.
But that may be why he is on the outside now. Because his confidence has gone. His form isn't where it once was. He doesn't feel that he's in a position within the squad to be able to say this, that and the other because of where he is personally. Yeah. So maybe that is, he has to stand on the outsides maybe. I don't know. Who knows what he's like behind closed doors there. But
someone that's played with him rang me last week.
Rang you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And was like, everyone needs to stop giving Harry shit.
Sheffield United?
I'm not saying where. Someone said, you need to stop giving him shit. And I was like, I've never spoke about him. What are you on about? And he was like, I know you aren't, but you're the only one I know. So you were getting, I was like, okay. And he's like, he's a top lad, you'd love him. He's like, you especially would love him. And I was like, if you're telling me someone's a top lad, as the first thing they say.
Yeah, they're not normally. But who cares if you get on with someone? You're talking about what you're seeing in the 90 minutes. Do you know what I mean? I could get on with loads and loads of players, but if you haven't done what you're meant to do as a player, you're going to get spoken about.
How many people thought Roy Keane was a really top lad?
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Oh, love Keane.
Roy Keane ain't someone you'd go out for a drink with, really.
Yeah.
He ain't. Not my cup of tea in that sense. I wouldn't. But he's an unbelievable football player. Great teammate.
Was you shocked when you first met him? Did you think this guy's mad?
Yeah, no, I weren't shocked because I heard a few stories, but I knew immediately he weren't someone that I'd ever go out for a drink with. I'd see him and I'd say hello or whatever. How you doing? You're right, but he ain't someone that I'd go, right, I'd love to get on a night out with me and him because he probably would have ended up in a fight somewhere that day and ruined it and you have to go home and the night's finished. Or argument with himself in the mirror or whatever. But we just ain't cut from the same cloth. We're different people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he probably thought the same. Well, I know he said something along the lines about. I mean, was I saying that he wouldn't?
Last a couple of years ago.
But it's just the same way back.
Yeah.
I would never call him and go, this guy. I wouldn't look forward to that.
2 points. If you're going to look at the positives, obviously Garnacho, Ten Hag growing references regarding to him. Please, can we put the Ten Hag quotes on screen? He's looking promising. I have to be honest with you, man. That's one for the season. And I like what Ten Hag said. His next challenge is to see if he can break into the starting team. Do you
know what he is? He's a player that has come in and shows no respect at all for people. Don't look at no reputations and go, oh, I better be on my game today. Because I don't even think he looks at the team sheet. I don't think even... I won't be surprised if he goes into the game and when they're out there and goes, who's the right back today? I don't even know his name. What's his name? The right back. I've never seen him. That's what I think he will genuinely be like because he just don't respect them. I am this good and I'm doing my thing and you're going to have to stop me. Work me out. Come on. The difference is for all young players, as we always say, next season will be the telling point because you'll go, they all know you. They're all expecting now from you. Have you got a new trick? Have you got a new way? This is what I want to see from Saka next year. I love Saka.
But Saka played well last season.
No, I know, but I'm saying I love Saka. But what I'm saying is Saka, he don't really go on his outside much anymore. Like, that's why Mahrez is a problem. If you look at Mahrez's data, he goes almost a balance between going right and left. So you never know where he's going to go.
You know he's the best, right?
The best
in that position as a right wing. I want to say obviously Salah's probably, but I see Salah more as a forward. But I think Mahrez is just incredible, and he's not spoken about as much because you got other players.
Because he scores a hat-trick in a semi-final of an FA Cup and is sub the next game. No other club's doing that. But Garnacho, I love his energy. I love the way, like I said, he just don't care. He's got that carefree attitude, and I hope that stays with him.
Look at he's one of very, very few players that I've played with, Cristiano and Messi. It's quite a rarity that someone's got that.
PK, another one.
And he's out there being like, Ronaldo's the GOAT. The whole of Argentina, imagine being 17, 18 years of age. The whole of Argentina going, you're not allowed to say that. Even if it's true, you're not allowed to say that.
Yeah.
And he's like, and what? That's my goal.
He don't care. He's a mad.
It's true, innit? I never saw it that way.
I don't want to hear any comparisons of he's the next so-and-so, whatever. Just let the kid, listen, we all love to talk about how good they are. Don't compare him, please, yet. Just let him play, man.
Let him focus on his own game.
He's so direct. And like I said, I think he backs himself to another level. That goal was all confidence. You could have had anyone left or right of him. He'd never even see them. He's just like, watch this. Bush. We need that this back end of the season as well.
Before we wrap up the rest of the games, let's be honest with you, we only cared about United and Arsenal today. Yes, we're going to talk about Chelsea, City, whatever, briefly.
We are also hoping Liverpool balls it up tonight. Let's not get away from that.
No. Come on, Liverpool.
Is it Leicester they're playing tonight?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it is Leicester. It is Leicester. Last week, Champions League.
I knew you were going to come to this.
Yeah. I was mad tired. Next thing you know, my phone's going off, Rio. Bring.
Just get a ringtone.
Have you seen CBS? What's going on? People just sent me a link. I didn't even watch the game, I'll be honest with you. I was with my little one. Click on the link. Carragher just starts talking. He's with Michael Richards, Thierry Henry. And he starts talking about anyone who reckons that was a penalty. They're clowns. They don't know football, blah, 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 blah. First of all, I thought he was talking about Steven Gerrard.
Well, then he had to back it up real quick, didn't he? Because the Republic of Liverpool, no one's allowed to criticise Stevie G.
Yeah. So he starts backtracking. And I thought, where's he going with this? Is he really going to get at his idol, Stevie G? Because, you know what I mean? Like, come on, let's be real. Like, and then all of a sudden, Michael Richards is like, so who are you talking about then? Who are you saying that doesn't know football? What are you talking about? Name names, him or Ori said. And he goes, Rio Ferdinand. I don't mind calling him a clown. Social media erupted. People said, ooh.
Yeah, I got texted.
People said, ooh.
Friend of the show, you know. Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. We did a nice little Millie video.
It's kind of right, though, because it wasn't a pen.
It was a pen.
But listen, whether it was a pen or not.
If that was a Man United player in the box and his ankles got clipped, you are doing like cartwheels, somersaults out of the Stretford end to try and get to the ref.
I don't think it was a pen.
Now, for me...
The guys in the studio agreed with me, by the way.
Look, whether it was a pen or not, people got different angles. I know the radio comes in late, whatever. Cool. I'm not here to debate that, whether you was wrong or right. I don't really care. But it's the fact that he felt very confident to call you a clown. Now, I don't know...
He did, you know what the mad thing is? It's like I said before, he's a friend of the show. Every time I see him, it's all love, man. And I'm a loving guy. And we hug and we shake hands and we have a little laugh.
I think Jamie gets how social media works.
Let Rio carry on.
Click.
Let Rio carry on,
yeah,
please.
But that's cool. But I don't understand why he came with the hostility. You know what I mean? It's a hostile energy. I don't understand it. Like I said, he's been on our show. We see each other. It's all cool. He used to carry my boots when we were with England and stuff like that. The thing that might have been is that he might have been, because it was the Hall of Fame week, isn't it?
Oh.
That's the only thing I can think. Because me and him are cool. We chat, sometimes text here and there. I just don't get it, man. I've only got good energy for him.
I can understand attackers thinking it was a penalty, turns to Thierry Henry. If you did and Stevie was an attacker, maybe he felt there was a little bit of contact. But as a defender, we have to stick together, don't we? And I just felt people were getting a little bit carried away. I think anyone out there who is watching the replay and seeing what we saw on seeing what Vieira does and still believes it's a penalty, they must be a clown. Rio Ferdinand, I'm happy to call him a clown. Now, you got to be very careful. There's social media banter. And then there's the facts. Read out the facts.
I'm not reading out Rio's achievements.
Oh, don't read that. I don't want you to. That's not what it's about. Listen, I'm
No. I'll do it because it's this.
This gets cut from the edit anyway.
Yeah, no. It's staying in.
I don't need to do that.
No. I'll tell you what I thought. I thought to myself, wow.
Not only that, you've just undermined any argument me and you have against him ever.
About what?
So let's not do that.
Yeah, because there's banter, and then there's a bit like, come on, I'm Team 5, innit?
I take it as banter, but how a man delivers it is his own thing.
That's what I'm saying, though, Rio.
No. But what I'm saying is, listen, I'm cool, yeah. But when you see me, I just need to check that energy again.
So we are delighted to announce Rio Ferdinand and Jamie Carragher will be on the undercard of the next case. Heard it here first.
Where's Eddie Hearn? The zone. Get the zone in the building.
Oh, BT's fault.
Sorry. BT. Got to keep the lights on. All right, cool. So very interesting. Did he message you afterwards or did he?
No, my man's always messaging me. This is what I'm saying. It's just a madness to me. He always messages me, man. It's just like, it's one of those, we've been with England teams together. Like I said, he carried my boots and stuff like that. It was just like, he's always showed me love.
Did he really carry your boots? Like for real?
He just shows me love all the time. You know what I mean? I don't know where that energy's come from. That's all I want him to tell me is where's that energy come from? Like, is it real energy or not? I need to know. Like, when I see him, I'll ask him.
I don't know. Boy.
Speaking of which, see today's the 15th of May. Someone's bottled it again.
Oh. Your team do that, man.
What?
No, not them. Thought Ashley Young was coming in there.
Yeah, he's bottled it. Ashley Williams bottled it. Yeah.
You need to stop.
Yeah, he's bottled
man.
it. I don't understand. We didn't have nothing prepared for him or anything, but he only comes when it's going well. He only comes in here when it's going well.
No, Ashley Young I'm on about.
That's what
Ashley Young.
Yeah.
No, he's bottled it. Is that what you think?
Today was the day.
Nah. You know what? He wanted to come in with Welbs, and Welbs had training today. After doing what he done to Arsenal, we had to go in and get a massage ready for the game midweek. So they couldn't come on today.
Why does he need a friend to hold his hand?
They're a partnership, them two.
How?
They're always together, have a laugh. It used to be them two and Tom Cleverley together all the time.
Can't picture that.
It's a mad mix.
Yeah, you can't
lads,
say
good lads.
you can't really say he's bottled it. I mean, they beat
Is
Spurs.
Joel,
but
is he here?
no, but
Well, then he bottled
maybe the calendar. Look,
He's coming with boxing gloves though.
Yeah,
Youngie's
listen.
coming ready. Youngie's coming with bombs to drop.
Yeah, because I want us to clarify that Ashley Young, to play at the age he's playing at right now in the Premier League, playing well by the way in that Unai Emery team, he's nah.
No,
He's
Ashley Young,
been
full stop.
balling.
Ashley Young, full stop.
Yeah.
Forget this season
I'm
and
saying
age.
that's undoubtedly though, Rio. But the fact that he's
The
still
way this man
carrying on,
chats is nuts.
he talks as if Ashley Young's just some,
Any man.
you know,
Don't worry
put
about
some
it.
respect on his name.
Harry Maguire is elevating Ashley Young in my eyes.
Why?
I'll save it till he gets here. If he ever gets here.
Wow.
You will. I reckon your
Wow.
train might break down that day.
I think so.
Does he come with a smoke? Has he got good chat?
Yeah, he'll come. Yeah. In the group. He's always one of these quick to release lyrics.
I like that. But saying that though, Villa beat Spurs 2-1. Ramsey,
Spurs.
Douglas Luiz, Harry Kane trying to save his team again. 90th minute penalty, but obviously it won't be enough. Well done, Unai Emery. I mean, overall, he's
Man
done well
City,
for
by
them.
the way.
Man
Ilkay
City.
Gundogan's goal.
Why is he not in the shout for Player of the Year?
Because I think he started
he's
like
been mint.
he's been
late.
good, but he's really shone like in the latter part of the
Oh,
season.
what, you mean at the crunch time when it matters?
Oh,
Yeah, but
Actually, you're right.
but there's been other players that have also done better than him in that period, which arguably
I
Kevin
don't
De
know,
Bruyne.
you know. Well, I mean, Kevin De Bruyne's
yeah,
been
Kevin De Bruyne,
fantastic
but that's
this
what I'm saying. You can only have one.
Does
really,
Partey still
innit?
get in your team of the year?
I'll get back to you on that one.
season. Robbie had 10 Arsenal players in his team of the year.
No, he didn't.
When?
Why didn't you say? Why didn't you say that?
I forgot.
Oh my god.
What's wrong with the two
man.
of you? What's wrong with you, Pep?
Me what? What's wrong with
I
me?
can't take Robbie seriously if that's a
Nah,
fact.
don't talk
I'll
about
find
the
the
Don like that.
Please get me the
what
video.
What do you mean you can't take
I can't take Robbie.
Stop
If
it,
he's got
Rio.
10 Arsenal players in his
when
team
was
of the
this?
year,
When was this?
About 2 weeks ago.
or was it
Nah.
October? Was it
listen,
October?
No, it was 2 weeks ago.
Stop it. No, you know what? We're going to get a proper clarification for this. You can't just get onto, you can't, you've got to be very careful.
Robbie
You know, the
can't- Robbie
media
can't do
twist
that.
things and Stephen Howson twist things as well.
You can't have done
But yeah, Gundogan, brace, doing his business, even though he got criticised by Pep last week, shows good character, right?
Who got criticised?
Gundogan.
Oh, for about the penalty?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they'd still won that game. So it
I
wasn't
know,
really...
no, but it's still...
Listen, he's one of their most important players. When the pressure's on, he takes the ball anywhere on the pitch. He gets vital goals like we see at the weekend. He's the captain of the team. When the captaincy was put to the team, who gets it? He was the name they put forward. I'm not surprised.
Is that how it worked, yeah? Okay, I didn't know that. But
You go like that, or do you want the manager to be appointing him?
I'd rather the manager go bang.
because
that's
that was
my
a
captain.
popularity contest, isn't it?
Yeah. But I don't think that will be the case with him. I think in that squad, it's like, I don't know.
Who
It's
works the
hard.
hardest? I don't know.
It's
On
difficult.
the Champions League games last week.
Wow.
What a high! I mean, it was a bit more end to end than I thought it was going to be, but the quality
was high.
that was on display was them two the best two teams in the world.
Yeah, easy. And it was two teams. It was like
Despite Barcelona winning the league?
You don't see what we did to Barcelona.
Joe,
They're not in the mix.
Julian says it well. He says like City are by design. The way that they play, you can see it's all set out. It's tactically put together, strategic, meticulous from Pep, and he's painting pictures on a training field for it to then be laid out in the game, like it does, and they control most games. And Real Madrid on the other hand, what they do isn't by design necessarily. It's by design up to a certain point, and then he goes, my creative players are going to go out and just do something different. I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to make something happen. the Viniciuses of this world, the Benzema's, the Modric, the Rodrigos and the Asensio when they come on, etc. So 2 very different teams and ways of going at it, but the standard of football from individuals, but also to both teams was just... And the mad thing is that both teams scored when they were actually under pressure and weren't running the game.
It's true.
City were flying in
also,
the first half.
Goals was like all long-range bangers.
Yeah,
Not the sort of goals you see either team really.
Oh, and Vinicius, that goal, man. Because you know why I screamed and went so crazy? Because they were so under the cosh. And I was thinking, wow, they're going to quieten this crowd, City. Look so confident. Out of nowhere, bang. Vinicius just slaps it past the keeper. And I was like, I went nuts.
He's been on form, by the way, man. Like, even the game before, Copa del Rey, like, on the weekend, I was in Madrid watching it. And, well, they didn't play in Madrid, but I was actually in Madrid watching Madrid play. It was weird. But he has to be, in his position, the best player in the world right now. And he has to be on that left-hand side.
You still take Mbappe before him.
Yeah, but...
No buts. You still take Mbappe.
But it's funny because Mbappe, I would be more than happy to put him as a number 9 and just say whatever because he's just Mbappe. I think after Mbappe,
he's the most explosive, wide player in the game right now.
Are you up there for the next leg?
Yeah, yeah.
Someone offered me a ticket. I was like, I can't go to that stadium.
I'll go.
He'll
Let
go.
me know.
Will you celebrate
high quality game for Real Madrid? Yeah.
For City?
No.
After what they've done to you?
No, but... You know what? We don't exclude fans or players from other clubs anyway. We're going to be having City players on this channel soon.
It's always nice. I like that. You know, that's what a great part of my job is being able to go to other stadiums, see other fans, mix with them and see the energy in the place. It's good, man. I love it.
And I'm just basically an extension of Rio. So when people go, why are you at Man United games for? I'm like, it's part of my job. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not.
Different teams.
Steve, don't do that. Ellen Road next week? No?
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
I can't even go Ellen Road now.
Yeah. So well done, City. Pep turns around and he goes...
No bueno. Anfield, forget about it.
Yeah, you get lynched. You would get lynched.
You're not a people's person. You are.
No, I was. You see the Meghan Markle disguise thing at the coronation.
Chelsea.
And I have to get one of them things going on
again.
Getting there.
Goals. Well done, Sterling.
Yeah, nice to see Sterling back amongst the goals, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Raheem Sterling. He ain't really had a good season.
When he pulled it back though,
with the club.
I thought, have they blown it again?
But
yeah, no, well done. Well done, Nottingham Forest as well.
Yeah, great point against Nottingham Forest.
Brentford beating West Ham 2-0. Done in the parties for the potential. I think West Ham are focusing on Conference League now, isn't it?
A bit like you lot focus on the league.
Anton's been making noise, man, all week. He's never texted me so much. He's excited.
Brentford absolutely battered West Ham, by the way.
Yeah, they did. But yeah, well done, Brentford. Leeds did really well. Sam Allardyce, mate, it's working.
Callum Wilson, by the way, that little thing with him and Isak, the forward, competing for that position. Both of them are scoring goals and performing well. That little bit of competition helps some people. Some fold, but these two, especially Callum Wilson's flying.
I was kind of wrong about Callum Wilson. Remember before the World Cup, I was just
shout out Callum Wilson.
Nah, he's done well. Credit when it's
Fulham,
due.
by the way. Jack, man, he must be going nuts.
Jack.
But they have done so well this season. He doesn't get the mention he deserves.
It's true. It's true.
You know that?
Oh,
and they're
Marco
missing their
Silva.
number 9. Missing Mitrovic for the last 9 or whatever games
true.
for the season. And Palace. Roy Hodgson. We
all said it was a mistake.
Eze with a brace. Bad boy. You got to come on soon, Eze, man.
Please.
We've been chatting. Got to come on soon.
Please.
But also a little shout out to Bournemouth. I know they got beat. But when he got the job there, O'Neill, no one, including us here, give him a chance of staying up.
No chance.
And he's done a remarkable job there.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Well done to the teams.
I'm trying to find that video.
This is the Bible 5 episode. I can't wait till Rio and Steve cook you. Shut up, man. Anyway, we'll be back. We've got more shows on 5, by the way. Like we said, we got the Take On. That's a fantastic show. I know people go, Danny Murphy, but he's got great football insight.
Good Flex, though, come on, man. You got to argue with him.
Yeah,
some of the stuff he's coming out with, Flex, is a tap in, just go, shut up. Here's the truth.
You know, so we're going to put, so we got Flex on the Take On as well. Anton representing West Ham. I like it because it gives us a different voice as well on the channel. QPR as well, Sunderland. Ooh, yeah. We've also got, we've got Harry Pinero with a few shows that he's doing as well on the channel. Harry Pinero.
Yeah, Harry Pinero's got a wicked show coming, by the way.
Yeah.
Just filming that now. But he's got another show. What's the show he does with Coach?
Oh, man. He's got a show on his channel called Inside Scoop, but he's also doing something with us called Football Heritage. It's a sick quiz show.
Cams.
You guys might want to be involved as well. Culture Cams as well. It's brilliant. The 5 channel will be active. David Ornstein in the summer, he's going to be stepping it up as well.
David Ornstein, when transfers are happening, he's involved somewhere.
That's right.
That is the man.
He knows.
He's one of the only ones where he goes, that's happening. I go,
And it happens.
That's
Yeah,
happening.
yeah.
So, guys.
And obviously the flagship podcast on this channel with me and Ash.
Yes, Ash and Steve
Have you got a
show.
name for that yet?
No.
You lot, man. Stop.
Call it Super Dry.
Or
They don't care.
Super Dry.
Talking Gash with Steve and Ash.
Oh,
Yeah, that's good. But I just like the fact that it's unnamed, you know. Just keep it
Just call it unnamed.
Yeah.
The unnamed
I think
pod.
someone's took that. I'm still trying to find this video.
Is it?
Okay. Well, whilst you do that,
We're gonna go.
We're gonna sign out. Joel Beya, Stephen Howson, Rio Ferdinand, Vibe with 5, signing out. Peace.